All right, welcome everybody. My name is Josh Shanley. I'm going to be your host today, host and moderator for today's online workshop. And I want to start off by welcoming everybody and commend you all for making a decision to join us today, because we're going to share with you some powerful information that if you apply it will help you grow your business. A couple of housekeeping items before I briefly introduce our guest. And before we get into the good stuff here, number one is this: you have taken the time to register for and now show up for this workshop. Do us and yourself the favor of giving us your undivided attention, which means if you've got Facebook open, you might want to close that down, shut down any other browsers that you may have open, put your phone on vibrate. Shut your door if you need to. Whatever it is you need to do to give us your undivided attention for the next 45 to 50 minutes is all. Do that, because it will help us do a better job for you, and it will help you get the most out of the next 45 to 50 minutes. So that's number one. Number two, if you don't already have something to take notes, go get that now, whether that be a pen and a pad of paper, or your iPad or other tablet, whatever it is that you like to take notes with. There are some things that you are going to want to write down, so get those now. And lastly, we will stay on for Q&A. Therefore, if you have a question, go ahead and put it in the box. There's a little question box in the GoToWebinar panel. You can post it in there. And I would recommend that you post them as you think of them, so that you don't forget. However, we may not address your question right then and there. Most likely we'll save most of them for the end. So the guest that we have today for you is a fellow by the name of Sean. And Sean will tell you a little bit more about his story. But I'll take a minute and just let you know how I was introduced to Sean. I met Sean almost a year ago now, and we met at a real estate conference, and we hit it off pretty quickly, and I found out very quickly that he had achieved some pretty amazing results in his real estate practice, his real estate business, using something called inbound marketing, which is what he's going to talk about today. And since then, we have had Sean on numerous online workshops like we have for you today, because he delivers a ton of value, and he comes from a place of practice, not theory. And what I mean is, what he's going to share with you today is not theoretical. It's stuff that actually gets results, and he'll share his own personal results as we go through this workshop. So everybody, give your undivided attention, stand up where you are, and give a round of applause for our guest today, Sean Nilsson.
Thanks very much, Josh. I hope everyone can hear me. If you can't, then please feel free to let us know. But that was a kind introduction. I am Sean Nilsson. I'm the CEO and co-founder of CityBlast.com, but perhaps as importantly for this conversation, I am a realtor. I'm a real estate agent. My market is Toronto, Canada. I have been for a number of years. And I started out my career in 2007, 2008, with no marketing budget and using only the free areas of Facebook, such as posting on your wall and et cetera, and a fan page and all that sort of thing. I was able to do 24 deals and generate $165,000 in gross commissions just in my first 12 months alone, and I did it all using the technique I'm going to explain to you today. And to this day, I'm still a real estate agent, and I still am a top producer in my market, and I'm using the inbound marketing strategy on my Facebook every single day. Now, one thing that I want to also explain to you or touch on is that I am the CEO and founder of CityBlast.com, which is an online company which does inbound marketing for real estate agents. And to date, we have posted, we basically act like social media marketing assistants. And my team and I have posted over 800,000 individual updates to real estate agents' accounts across North America. And we now are the social media assistants, if you want to call it that, for thousands of agents and brokerages across North America. So we've learned a thing or two about how to use Facebook to generate leads for your business over the past several years, built off of what was initially my system for generating leads. One quick little piece of housekeeping here. I'm going to be talking a lot about Facebook. When I say Facebook, I generally mean all social media. So I'm talking about Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. You can use this in any form of social media where you're creating and posting content. Content meaning updates, posting articles, videos, information, etc. for other people to see. That's all lumped into social media. When I'm saying Facebook, I mean these strategies can apply to all social media. Now, I'm not going to hum and haw here for too long. Let's get into the brass tacks, or the nuts and bolts of my theory. I'm going to explain it to you pretty quickly, but I want you to understand first the opportunity here. So some people think to themselves, maybe there's not an opportunity to market my business on Facebook. Maybe it's just a bunch of junk or a fad or something that people is a passing fancy and I don't need it for my business. And I'm going to give you 3 quick statistics here, which will hopefully convince you that there is an opportunity in Facebook to market yourself. This is the first one. This is a number that's published by NAR every year, or sometimes more often than once a year. And it's that over 90% of home searches begin online. Now, that number in and of itself is a pretty interesting statistic, just to even look at that and think, wow, 90% of home searches are going on in the online space. Now, that's interesting because for many of us, who are on here today and have been in the business for a long time, certainly longer than myself, you can recall a day where you used to have to walk into a real estate office. You'd make a decision to buy or sell real estate, and you'd walk into the office and start talking to a realtor. That is absolutely no longer the case. Now, buyers and sellers have taken things into their own hands, and what this number means to me is not only over 90% of search is going on online now, over 90% of home searches are going on without you. That means that your buyers and your sellers have already committed themselves to making a buying or selling decision, and they are researching information themselves online before ever talking to you. So they're looking on MLS for properties. They're looking up agents, websites that they could use. They're communicating on social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, gathering information, finding out about the process. They're on legal websites. They're looking at mortgages. And the critical thing to understand here is they've begun the process without you. So you've got a massive percentage of all the available real estate leads in terms of individuals out there who have already made a buying or selling decision. Honey, let's buy a house. Okay, I agree. Let's start the process. They've already made that decision, and they haven't contacted a real estate agent yet in order to help them out. That is an enormous pool of available leads which are at your potential disposal or at your arm's length, which you can access out there in the internet, in quotes. So let's keep that in mind, that over 90% of searches are beginning online, and people are starting their search and gathering information without ever talking to a real estate agent and without committing to a specific real estate agent. Here's the second statistic which lends itself to that. People spend 3 times more time on Facebook versus any other website in the world. And in this case, I'm talking just about Facebook. This is not Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Snapchat, Vine, any of those other things. This is Facebook alone. Think about this number now in the context of what we're talking. First of all, it's a staggering number to begin with. This means that people in an average month, users of the internet, in an average month, spend 3 times more time, minutes, hours, days, actually on Facebook, interacting with Facebook, than they do with any other website you can name, including YouTube, Google, any of these other massive sites, Amazon, anywhere. They are spending triple the time on Facebook. Facebook is the undisputed heavyweight champion of time spent on site for the entire internet, for the entire world. Now, what does that mean in the context of our conversation? Well, I was once told that if you want to catch fish, you need to fish where there are fish. And in the context of real estate, that means if you want to catch or attract towards you one of those many buyers and sellers who've already made a buying or selling decision in real estate but have not chosen a real estate professional with which to work, the best place for you to find them is on Facebook. You have a 3 times better chance of finding people at any given time on Facebook than any other site in the world. So if you're going to start looking for where all of these warm leads are that we spoke about, that NAR talks about with the 90% of home searches, this is the best possible place to find them just by simple mathematics. The added factor that's excellent about Facebook is it's an environment where you can connect with these people. So if I would have told you that the site in the world that had the most people on it was the New York Times, well, that would be great. But how do you contact other people through the New York Times Magazine website? You can't, or your ability to do so is very limited. Facebook is a massive golden opportunity because not only is everyone on there and spending the majority of their time on there as far as the internet is concerned, but you also can message them, talk directly to them, post things which they can see, reply to their comments, and engage in social activity, which is exactly the way that we network and is exactly the way that we gain new clients. So 90% of home searches begin online. People are spending 3 times more time on Facebook than any other website in the world. So if you're going to start somewhere looking for those people, you may as well start on Facebook. Here's the last statistic. Experts recommend spending at least 1 hour per day Facebook marketing. So you may have seen this before. It's been on Mashable and a number of other sites. Experts recommend spending at least 1 hour a day on your Facebook marketing for whatever marketing activities you're going to perform. Now, I'm going to get into my specific system and how I generated over $165,000 in commission just in my first 12 months, and the system that I still use to this day, years later. And it's always shocking to me that people are not adopting and using this system religiously, because it's very simple and very obvious and something that needs, you absolutely, it's not even really a choice anymore. You need to be incorporating this system into your business if you're going to access those online leads. 90% of people who are floating around online, if you want to tap into that lead pool, you almost have to be using this system. And I'm going to talk to you about it, but quickly, I just want to identify 2 things that come to mind from what we've seen so far. And I'll describe them as 2 challenges or problems that we may have in our minds, or at least that I have in my mind based on what we've seen so far. One is, I don't know what to do. So, okay, we've identified there's an opportunity. All of these potential leads are floating around there on the internet. And we know that my best chance of finding them is on Facebook. I think it's pretty clear we've determined that, at least by mathematics, it's your best bet is finding them on Facebook. And we know experts are telling us to spend an hour a day on our Facebook marketing. I see 2 problems here. One, it doesn't tell us what to do. It tells us to spend an hour a day. Well, I could spend an hour a day surfing around on Facebook looking at pictures, and it's probably not going to gain me any more clients. So I need to know the what. What activity, what specific activity am I meant to perform for an hour a day on Facebook? And the second problem is, even if I had an hour a day, or even if I knew what to do, I wouldn't have an hour a day to do it. I'm a busy real estate agent, just like you all are, or intend to be in the near future. If you're a brand new agent, this system will be absolutely perfect for you. But you're going to find you don't have an hour a day. And that's what happened to me. When I started in real estate, I started marketing myself on Facebook. Within 3 months, agents in my office were coming up to me going, wow, Sean, you just started. You're on the board all the time, on the sales board. You're on the board all the time. What are you doing? I said, I'm marketing myself on Facebook. They started asking me to help them with their Facebook, and more and more and more. Eventually, I was helping 10, 20, 50, 100 agents and more. And now that's the company, that company of me helping other agents do their inbound marketing on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc., is what has become City Blast. And I'll explain a bit more about that to you later on. But keep that in the back of your mind, is this became a huge problem for me. I was not only doing my hour a day, I was doing an hour a day for other people as well, and still managed to become a top producer. And still to this day, I'm a top producer in my market. I will show you how you can also throw the hour a day concept out the window and still get the same results. So let's move on. Let's start out with the what, okay? Here is the golden key of the what of marketing yourself on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and it's inbound marketing. I'm going to explain inbound marketing as I understand it, and sort of it's generally understood, and I'm going to relate it to the real estate industry for you directly. And at the end of this, we're going to go on my actual Facebook, and we're going to look at some examples, and we're going to talk about it, and then do some Q&A about what are best practices, how do I use it, etc. But I'm going to start out here by way of instruction with 3 quotes from the Wikipedia article on inbound marketing, and these are taken directly from Wikipedia. So I didn't write these, as much as it's going to sound like these are too perfect to be true. They're from the Wikipedia article for inbound marketing. Wikipedia is curated by experts from all around the world who weigh in on a subject and create the content. So these aren't my words. Inbound marketing, earning the attention of prospects and drawing customers to your website by producing content customers value. So this is the absolute most critical takeaway for you to understand about inbound marketing and for you to understand from the webinar today is content customers value. Here is an example of what not to do, which is what probably 80 or 90% of the real estate agents out there that I see posting on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn do, and what I call me focus, okay? Think of your own Facebook or some of your Facebook friends, or maybe what you're doing yourself, and don't be embarrassed. You're among the vast majority if you're doing this right now, which is wrong. You post, oh, I'm the #1 agent in my area. If you need to buy or sell a house, call me. Or you post, I just closed 3 deals last week. Want to work with a top producer? Call me. All of these things in social media are not only unattractive, but also boring and are not going to get any attention from other people. And here's the reason. Social media is social. It's akin to being at a networking function or hanging out with your friends. If you were at a networking function and hanging out with your friends, would you walk up to people on a consistent basis, shake hands and go, I just sold 3 houses last week. I'm the best. You should work with me. Or walk up to someone else and go, I'm the top agent in this area. Are you hoping to buy or sell a house soon? You would be the lamest person at that party, and frankly, you would be being treated like the lamest person at that party. None of us would do that in real life, and none of us would do that in a social environment. Well, it's not called social media for no reason. It's social. You need to be focusing on what other people are interested in if you want to get other people interested in you. Let me say that again. You need to be focusing on what other people are interested in if you want to get them interested in you. It's almost counterintuitive, but not really when you think about it. So what we want to be doing is posting content that other people are going to value. Instead of talking about ourselves, let's talk about things that other people might like. Here are the top neighborhoods in my city right now. My city's Toronto. Here are the top neighborhoods in Toronto. What do you guys think is the top neighborhood? That's something that could potentially be interesting to somebody else at a party, in social media, anywhere. You're walking up and saying something that's engaging to other people. Or you can say, hey, here's tips for winterizing your home if you're in a market that has winter. Or here are the top 3 mortgage rates or deals that I've identified. Or here are the colors that people are choosing for spring, or. These are conversations that can potentially be of interest to other people. And then when you're perceived as both a person who knows about your field and a knowledgeable expert in your field because you have a whole host of topics on which you can converse intelligently or that you are familiar with or you're keeping people up to date on, and you're speaking about things that other people are interested in, I can guarantee you other people are going to start taking an interest in you. And when it comes time for someone to ask a question about real estate or ask someone to be their knowledgeable advisor or expert, also known as their realtor, they're going to turn to you. And that is the power of using inbound marketing. Content that other people value instead of things that only you value. Okay? Let's move on to another quote from Wikipedia. Inbound marketing is especially effective for small businesses with high dollar values, long research cycles, and knowledge-based products. Okay, so let's rewind the tape back here. I did not make this up. Let's see if inbound marketing, according to Wikipedia, will work for a real estate agent. Let's go down the list here. Especially effective for small businesses. Okay, well, everyone on the webinar today, including myself, including Josh, is running a small business. We are a business of one, or you have a small team under you. You are running a small business with high dollar values. Real estate is the highest dollar investment that any or almost all of your clients will make in their entire lives. It's the biggest purchase or sale decision they'll ever make, and your commissions are not exactly small dollar values either. So high dollar values are all around in the real estate world. Long research cycles, obviously, we all know that it takes weeks, months, sometimes years to do a deal from beginning to end with any given client. That is a long research cycle. The person is not walking into the gas station and choosing a Snickers bar off the rack. They are doing a long research cycle. This goes back to the very first slide about 90% of home searches. People are researching you. They're researching who their lawyer is going to be. They're researching their mortgage. They're researching the market. Then they're going out. They're researching by looking at houses and going to showings. They're researching what their own house should sell for if they're selling. People are doing research, and you need to be infused into the research process and seem like an intelligent advisor who is somebody that they can trust and somebody that they can work with. And we all know that trust is probably the number one element of the real estate business that drives clients towards realtors. Last thing, knowledge-based products. Obviously, we are selling a knowledge-based product. If you're not selling a knowledge-based product, you're effectively a chauffeur driving people around to showings, or a handyman who's going to come over and tack a sign into their lawn. You are selling your knowledge. That is exactly what your clients are buying from you. So, does inbound marketing work for the real estate industry? Small businesses with high dollar values, long research cycles, and knowledge-based products, it sounds like a perfect fit to me, and I can assure you it is a perfect fit. I've been using it for years. It is the ideal marketing system for the real estate industry and for Facebook. Finally, another one from Wikipedia. Inbound marketing. One criticism of inbound marketing is the time and effort required to create content. Aha! So, we've come full circle here. When we went through the first section and identified the opportunity, 90% of home searches are beginning online. People are spending 3 times more time on Facebook than any other site in the world, and experts recommend spending at least an hour a day. And now it's reared its ugly head here again. We had 2 questions. Okay, if I'm going to take advantage of all this opportunity on Facebook, 1, what do I do? What do I post? And I think we've covered that to some degree, and we're going to go deep on it in a moment when we go over to my Facebook. Inbound marketing is the key. Inbound marketing is the answer to question number 1. It's the what of what to do on Facebook in order to generate business. But we've got a second problem that's sort of stuck with us here through the explanation of inbound marketing, and is even identified right in the article about inbound marketing. One criticism of inbound marketing is the time and effort required to create content. I'm going to explain to you, if you don't have an hour a day, how to solve that problem as well. And that's what City Blast is, and that's what the service that I've created does. We do your inbound marketing for you. We post articles, videos, listings, information, whatever you choose, to all of your connected social media accounts as often as you choose. It can be daily, it can be a few times a week. As often as you choose, we will do your social media marketing for you using real estate experts who are here in the office with me in Toronto. We post to every market across North America, and we have thousands and thousands of agents and offices who you probably know a number of them, and you didn't even know before. They have their inbound marketing being done by City Blast. So let's go over to my Facebook now, and we can look at some examples of some inbound marketing. Josh, did you have anything you wanted to add in? I know you're passionate.
No, I just want to emphasize the point that inbound marketing it's not an option anymore. Like, you either are going to need to do it yourself, or in a little bit we'll tell you how to get City Blast at an amazingly low price to do it for you. If you're choosing not to do it, you're choosing to be out of the business, basically.
Absolutely. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of must. You must be doing inbound marketing in order to take advantage of Facebook, and unless you have a supremely robust referral business and you literally do not need any more new business and you're not doing any marketing, you need to be on Facebook too. So this is an absolute must for 90+% of the agents who are out there. The question simply is, are you going to do it yourself and take an hour a day, which is fine, or are you going to outsource it, in which case City Blast is the world's largest service as an inbound marketing service for real estate agents posting articles, listings, information, etc. to Facebook. So this is my Facebook, and And I'll just let you know in a moment, I'll give you a landing page you can go to. If you want to start, City Blast is offering a free trial to all the folks who are on the webinar here today. It's a 14-day free trial. You can get our experts started working for you. And I'll just let you know, there's a place where you can put in a promo code. We're going to give you 20% off for life of the service. You get a 14-day trial. Beyond the 14-day trial, use the promo code SPECIAL, SPECIAL. Use the promo code SPECIAL, and you will be able to get 20% off for life of the City Blast service when you're signing up. Go on there and start a free trial now if you like, and check out what we do. I think you'll be pretty impressed. Let's go to my Facebook wall here and look at some examples of some inbound marketing, okay? So I'm just scrolling down, and here's an example, okay? Some believe the condo balcony is a waste of space. Do you agree? And then what I've posted here is actually an article. So it's just a link to an article. If I'm another person and I see Sean's post here, I can click on that, and it's going to take me to an article on a newspaper website. So in this case, it's a newspaper here called the Globe and Mail. Do you actually use your condo balcony? And there's a whole article about it, and obviously it discusses this topic. So what I've done here is, all that I did was I went out and I found this article, posted it on my wall, and then put a little blurb to start the conversation up and kind of stir the pot. Some believe the condo balcony is a waste of space. Do you agree? And then look what we've got going here. Agreed. Condo balconies. I wrote back. Totally agree. It's contagious. Then I posted another article within the comments to this article about vertical farming. Haha, that's a little extreme. Wish I could, but darn right, barbecue. You've got a whole conversation going between, I don't know how many people here are here, 7, 8 people, talking about a condo balcony, which is obviously in the real estate space. And the conversation was begun by yours truly. Guess what? This is inbound marketing. I'm posting something which could be of interest to other people and something that other people might want to talk about. And I'm allowing other people to jump in, share their thoughts, and engage with me and talk about real estate. When was the last time, if you're using a strategy of, hey, I'm the best, click here because I'm the best, when was the last time you got a conversation like this going? I'm going to bet never, because you're not talking about things that other people are interested in. I, on the other hand, have managed to loop a whole bunch of people in to my little real estate world here and talk to them about real estate. And it goes on and on. Let's see some other examples. Here I posted a property up, and I've got a bunch of people who are writing about the property. I've got articles with people liking them. I've got another property right here. Let's go down a bit more. Here's a post that I wrote about making myself dinner. It's got a whole bunch of things going on. That's a personal style post. Here's apartments at this address are 3 times the typical price of luxury real estate in London, England. So this is the world's most expensive apartment building. People, again, these are all articles and links. People can click on this. I have sourced this article, posted it on my wall. It's pretty cool. People come here and they read about this article. It's got lots of cool pictures. It's interesting. And then surprise, surprise, lo and behold, we get a conversation going down here. And this one, in fact, is about, do you think those kind of condos will come here to Toronto? It's insane. Toronto barely touches $2,000 a foot. I've got a full-on conversation about price per square foot in the Toronto market going with someone who's on my Facebook. Frankly, I don't even know this guy, but he's talking to me now about price per square foot in Toronto. Here's another one, a little comment, a share. This is inbound marketing working right before your eyes. And what I'm doing is not very complicated. I'm posting articles, videos, listings, information that other people value. And that's the trick. You're using things that other people will be interested in to lure them into identifying you as a real estate agent, instead of writing that you're the best and their eyes glaze over and they don't care, and moreover, they probably think you're kind of annoying. In no way, shape, or form are people finding my posts annoying, even though I'm talking about real estate all day long. Why? If you don't know where these locations in Toronto are, maybe you're not from Toronto. Again, it's another cool Toronto one. It shows you some areas around town and lets you try to guess where the locations are. And it's a fun little guessing game. If you're from Toronto, you could try to spot identifiable things and test yourself on your knowledge of our city. Pretty cool and interesting, and relating to real estate and civic planning and the city and etc. But not annoying. It's not like, hey, I'm the best, so if you want to call a real estate agent, call me right now, which is frankly annoying. So this is the magic of City Blast. I'll show you by way of example here, and Josh may want to jump in here, but I'll log into my account on City Blast, and one thing I'll just show you before Josh may want to say some things is the reveal here is I actually didn't post any of these posts on my wall. City Blast, the social experts at City Blast posted all of these posts for me. So I actually was out doing other things, and my experts at City Blast were picking cool Toronto-related real estate articles, posting them out to my Facebook, and generating conversations and getting the topics turned towards me in terms of real estate for all of my friends and followers on Facebook, and I didn't spend any time whatsoever doing it. And that is where the how do I reclaim my hour? That's how you do it. And City Blast experts work for you for less than $2 a day. So it's like if your hour of doing this work is not worth $2, or you absolutely love doing it, then by all means do it yourself. If you feel like, you know what, I want all the leads, but I don't want to have to spend all my time on Facebook, which is how I feel and how most real estate agents feel, especially ones that are actually doing a lot of business and don't have time to sit around all day, you know, messing around with Facebook, but they want all the leads, City Blast is perfect. So I'm going to show you some of my results on City Blast here. Josh, did you have any notes about what we're talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I hope people are understanding the power and the leverage here. And to the last point you made, we've said this several times. Your choice is either to do this yourself or use a service like City Blast. And I would make the case that even if you love doing this, even if you love inbound marketing, for the cost versus the time that it takes you, you need to make a decision as a business person, because when you run a business, that you need to take yourself out of it and look at what's most profitable for the business. And using a service like City Blast, even if this is something you love to do, still makes more sense, simply from a business perspective. I want to mention again that you can get a free 14-day trial. The link, Sean mentioned the promo code, but I've also placed the link down in the chat as well, so you can just click on that and simply walk through the steps that are outlined there. Sean's bringing up the page that will take you to. But yeah, get started. While we're going to stay on for a little while here and do some Q&A, but go ahead and start the process as we're doing it. This is one case where I'll tell you, you can get distracted now, right? I'm allowing you to do that. Go ahead and go get started with your account while you sort of listen to us go through Q&A and so forth in the background.
The cool thing about the City Blast free trial offer is, even if you're just sort of getting your feet wet and not sure about the concept of inbound marketing, you can sign up for a 14-day trial and have our experts post inbound marketing content to your Facebook, your business page, your Twitter, your LinkedIn. And remember, this is for your business page, this is for your fan page, this is for your Twitter, your LinkedIn. We do it all for you for that price. It's one price. You can get started, have 14 days of an expert posting on your account, and just even see what we're doing. Like, what kind of posts are they creating for me? What kind of stuff constitutes inbound marketing? And that's going to help you to understand, what you could be doing. So even if you don't want to continue after the 14 days, which is fine, I'm quite confident you will. We obviously stand by the product, and thousands of agents speaks to the fact that it works. But you can at least get a try for 14 days and see what type of stuff we're posting. And you can do that at cityblast.com/special. That's going to make sure you get the 20% off. Or you can use the promo code SPECIAL, just like you see it there. when you're signing up for your free trial. So make sure to go and do that now. I'm going to keep showing you some more info as well that kind of relates to some of this. And one of the things I wanted to show you, and this is the page you should wind up on. I'll just quickly explain this actually now that I'm here. One thing to note is you're going to choose what you want us to post. So you can tell our experts exactly the types of stuff. If you want to know what an example of something is, just click the little example button and it'll show you an example of a post that is in the category that you're looking at. Choose what types of content you want. Choose how often you want us to post, and choose the market that you're in. So obviously we tailor it specifically to your geographical market, and then submit to the social expert. This is going to send an email to one of our social experts who works in your market, in your area, and tell them exactly the type of content that you've chosen, and you're going to get underway. That is as simple as it gets. You do the rest. This is a we do the rest. This is a fire and forget. You tell us what you want us to post. We do the rest from then on. You sit there and pick up the leads. So I want to show you something here. This is my personal dashboard on CityBlast. This is where we record the results of all the posts that have gone out from the experts. And I can show you here, in the last 30 days, I have 718 touches. Now, think about what this means. This is in the last 30 days only. 639 people have clicked on my shared articles, listings, etc., and gone through to look at them. That's over 20 touches a day. Okay? 54 people have liked one of the pieces of content. I'm only posting 4 times a week, so that's maybe an average of 3 or 4 likes per post. I have 20 comments. People took enough time out of their day to actually write back to me just based on the posts at a rate of almost once a day. And 5 shares. People have saw something that I put up and shared it on their own wall and said, this is a great piece of content. I'm going to share this with my friends too. That amounts to 718 touches in the last 30 days. Think about this from the perspective of like a Buffini or someone who talks about constantly touching your network, getting out there and getting your name or your contact presence in front of your network. Using CityBlast and staying consistent with my inbound marketing, over the last 30 days, 718 people have looked at something I've posted and said to themselves, hey, that's pretty cool. I'm going to read that. I'm going to comment on that. I'm going to like that. I'm going to share this with my friends. And the perception for those 718 people is that I posted something that's pretty cool and interesting, and it's about real estate. Think about the power of that over the course of a month and months and years. I am telling you right now, you can do 10 or 20 deals a year through this method like I do and have done in the past. You can do it yourself. You can do it with CityBlast. You need to be doing it. Even if you amortize the cost of CityBlast at $2 a day over a whole year, doing even one deal, you'll make 10 times your money back. And I can almost guarantee that you will do a deal in way less time than that using inbound marketing, whether it's through CityBlast or yourself. You will see the magic of inbound marketing, and you'll see how inbound marketing works to get people on Facebook, to get people on Twitter, on your LinkedIn, talking to you about real estate, asking you questions, and you'll be turning them into clients, okay? And this just speaks to that right here. I want to show you something else really cool that CityBlast does, and then we're going to open it up to questions, because I know there are probably a lot of questions developing in the question box there about inbound marketing. Let's look at some examples here. We've got articles. I want to show you a different type of content we post that some of you have already noticed already, and it's listings. So here's an interesting thing. I've posted a listing. We actually got a bunch of people, like, awesome location, can't beat it, just bought on this street. I live on Euclid when I worked at the El Macombo, love this street, etc. People have taken an interest in this property. This, not only did I not post this listing, one of CityBlast's experts posted it on my wall for me because I have chosen to have listings as one of my types of content. Let's remember, we get to choose our content. Local listing showcase, that's a listing. I've got listings turned on in my account to be shown. If you don't want listings on your wall, that's fine. You can turn them off. We'll never post a listing to you. I have listings turned on. And this is what I get. I get a listing. Now, a bunch of people have liked it, a bunch of people have commented, but watch this. people see this listing on my wall, and immediately they think, wow, you know what? Sean's got a listing here. Look, go back a number of days, about a week, I've got a listing here. And then if we go back far enough, there'll be another one, I'm sure. Here's another listing back here. In fact, this listing, someone actually sent me a message privately on Facebook and asked me if we could book a showing and if I thought this was a good property and etc. And I'm now working with that person. I'm sending them auto emails of properties similar to this one. So that's a perfect example. This is only a couple weeks ago. I've gained a new buyer client who I'm working with from that specific listing. Let's take a look at this. So this one came up on my wall. My friends can click through on this listing. They land on the City Blast page. Watch what happens here. Yes, there's all the property information here, etc. Here's some photos, the map, etc. But check this out. It shows my picture and name in the top corner, and people can ask Sean about more information about this property and email or call me. Now, why is that interesting? It's interesting because 50 Euclid Avenue is not my listing. That's another part of City Blast that's amazing, which is if you want your brand new listing that you have to be featured on the Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn accounts of other agents all across your city, you can submit it to City Blast and get massive exposure for your listing. Why does that work? Think about it. City Blast's experts are posting to people's Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn accounts, just like mine. I want listings on my wall because I want to look like a top producer. I want to find people who are interested in buying properties. And in fact, it's worked for me in the past couple of weeks. I added a new buyer client because of doing it. I want listings on my wall. On the flip side, whoever the listing agent is for 50 Euclid Avenue, they already know they're not going to bring the buyer to that property. They don't have the buyer in their own network. So as the listing agent, they already know they're going to get the listing side commission. What they are doing is very intelligent. They're posting their listing out and using my network and the network of all the other City Blast agents throughout my market to expose their listing to more and more people. So my friends see it, and another agent's friends see it, and another agent's friends, and they're trying to sell this property on the listing side. They're now using all of those interested little buyer leads that are created by posting this on everyone else's account to their advantage. And I'll show you how that works out because I have posted listings. I'm going to go down to my listings section of my account. Here are some of my recent listings. This property seen by 125,000 more people and clicked on almost 1,000 more times. That's 1,000 more interested buyers who clicked through to check out this property because I posted it on the accounts of other agents all across my market. 500 more interested people. 75,500 more interested buyers clicking through to check it out. You're blowing MLS out of the water even in terms of how much attention you can put on your new properties as they come out by listing them with City Blast. And it's dead simple. It's included with your membership to City Blast at no extra cost. Simply create your listing right here. You can enter your listing in. You submit it. Our social experts will post it out to the accounts of all the other agents throughout your market who have requested listings on their wall. And now you're selling properties faster. Josh loves to talk about this. Think about going into a listing presentation and saying to your seller, hey, I'm going to expose your listing to 100,000 more people and get 500 more interested buyers in front of it through my Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn network than any other agent can do. That's a very powerful and poignant part of your listing presentation that's going to win you more listings, even if it doesn't sell the properties faster, which it will as well. Josh, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I mean, that alone, when you go to a listing appointment, like, you know, your competitor most likely is not going to be able to point that out as this is another way that we market and expose your property. Because let's face it, most sellers, if their property doesn't sell, think it's the marketing or lack thereof that was the reason, right? So you're speaking to what they're already thinking and differentiating yourself at the point of appointment. Here's what I want to say, because we're going to get to Q&A real soon. I heard this quote the other day, and it's very apropos for what we're showing you. You don't have to see the whole stairway to take the first step, right? You don't necessarily have to understand everything about City Blast to get started. And they've made it extremely easy to do so because you can try it for free. So if you don't understand everything that we're saying here and showing you here, it's okay. Get started with your free account, and it will become clear as you start to, as you get into the dashboard, you start seeing what it's doing for you. It'll become clear just how powerful it is. But you don't have to understand everything to take that first step. Okay? Couple things.
The only thing you really need to understand... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The only thing you really need to understand is you need to be doing inbound marketing. It takes a lot of time, and we'll do it for you. And as a nice added bonus included with your City Blast membership, you can market your listings out to hundreds of thousands more people every time you get a listing, and that's completely included. And one thing we didn't touch on, I don't think well enough, is included with the City Blast membership, you pick all your content, you pick your market, you pick how often you want us to post, we get started. We will post to all of your different accounts included. There's no extra cost for each account. So we will do your personal Facebook if you choose, your Facebook fan page if you choose, your Twitter if you choose, and your LinkedIn. You can add them all and have our social media and real estate experts managing all of your accounts for the same price. And as I was saying before, we have the special on right now. If you go to cityblast.com/special, or if you use the promo code special during the sign-up process, you will receive a 20% discount for life on any package you choose with us. So no matter what you do, it's going to be less than $2 a day, and even now you're getting 20% off no matter what. That's at cityblast.com/special, or by using the special promo code when you're signing up. If you feel like you maybe didn't get the discount and you signed up, etc., I see now quite a number of you have signed up. If you feel that you didn't get the special code registered properly, feel free to email us or call us. There are people, not robots, standing by at this phone line that you'll see on the website, 9 to 5 Eastern, or you can email us at info@cityblast.com, and we will get back to you and confirm absolutely that you secured the special discount code. One other piece of housekeeping is, if you don't see your market here, that's fine. Just simply select a market that's in your state or province, and shoot us an email to info@cityblast.com, and we will add your market. If you weren't able to find it on here, we will add your market and start updating with posts for your specific market. So info@cityblast.com. You can solve any questions you might have with the sign-up process. Take action and try your 14-day trial by going to cityblast.com/special. Let's take some questions. We've got a few minutes left here. It's probably going to be a deluge of questions. Let's get into some questions maybe, Josh.
Yeah, so so somebody asked, does it cost extra to blast a listing? There are no extra fees. The cost is the cost. The cost is constant, whether you are just having City Blast post to your just to your personal profile, or you have it posting to your personal profile, your fan page, your Twitter, and your LinkedIn. It is the same price if you have it posting once a week or 5 times a week. Okay? The cost is the cost. That's why I'm saying, folks, I can't emphasize this enough, and I'll say this quote again because I love it. You don't have to see the whole stairway to take the first step, right? Take the first step, start a free trial. No harm can come of that. I promise you. There will be no one harmed by doing that. And you'll then, as you get into the dashboard and start playing with it, you'll understand it, and you'll start seeing it working on your behalf. Okay? Let's see here.
Yeah, I mean, you're a member. Look at it this way. You are a member. Once you're a member, you have access to everything. As many posts as you want, as many different accounts as you want, Facebook, your Facebook fan page, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of your personal listings, everything. You're a member. Once you're a member of the site, you can use all the functions of the site. There's no extra cost for anything.
Yep. Will I get the same content as other people?
Absolutely not. So we have an office here with real human real estate and social media experts who post updates to your account as often as you choose. They're humans writing these posts. These are people who are just sourcing articles, as I showed you, and we've already seen this one. They're sourcing cool articles that are interesting to you. They take whatever advice you've given them or whatever requests you've given them, I should say, for the types of content you want, what kind of works for you, how you want your account to appear. They will choose articles, videos, listings if you choose them, information, and post them out to your accounts that match the type of content you're looking for, sourced from local and national magazines and newspapers and media sources, and write little blurbs that get the conversation going, etc. So absolutely not. Nobody gets duplicate content of anybody else.
To confirm, they're humans. It's not zombies or aliens. Sean just wanted you to know that they're definitely human people. Anyway.
They're humans that are sitting down the hall from me right now.
Again, another thing on cost. Look, folks, the cost is fixed, right? You get the 20% off for the life of your account when you use the promo code SPECIAL, and that cost is fixed. It doesn't matter if you have, by how many times you have it posting, where you have it posting, the type of content that you have it posting, if you do a listing blast, none of that matters. The cost is what the cost is. So you can rest assured that there's no funny business here. There's no hidden fees. Sean will probably say that if you have a closing within the first 30 days, you are welcome to send him a referral fee. He won't send that back. Of course, that's said in jest, everyone. But in all seriousness, there's no funny business here. There's no hidden costs. There's no anything. It is what it is. You get the 20% off at cityblast.com/special.
Josh is making a joke because the first time that I introduced this to him, I said he could have a 14-day trial, but if he did a deal in the first 14 days, that he had to send me a referral check for the commission.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously we're joking. If you do a deal in the first 14 days, I'm assuming you're going to keep the service on, but you do not have to send me a referral check unless you want to.
Nice. What if there are no other agents in my city using the service, meaning no property listings?
So there's two things you can do there. Sometimes that does happen. We do have thousands of agents now, so you'd be surprised. But it is conceivable that you will be, especially if you're not in a major city, like most major cities, we have quite a number of agents. If you're in a smaller town, and you're concerned about that, there's two things you can do there. One, you can enter your own listings, which will still go out to your wall. You're not going to gain the extra exposure of other people, but you get a nice microsite for your listings so that when people click through, they'll see it on your wall. They'll still get this nice microsite. The leads go back to you. It's way more attractive than most people's websites or than MLS is, and the lead generator is way more attractive. Plus, it's on your Facebook as well, so you've got leads coming in directly on Facebook, which sort of is a double whammy. It gives you two places to showcase your property. That part of it is cool. The other thing you can do, which is what a ton of people do, and frankly, I'm not mad at them, is we have a Refer an Agent tab here. When you first sign up, City Blast works cooperatively. You're never taking a commission from anyone else. In fact, you're just helping everyone else get commissions and yourself get more commissions, which is the way that real estate should be amongst top producers. So by signing up other agents who are friends, you'll expand your market and you'll get rewarded for it. So you can use these tools here. This is your unique link. This is how we know that you sent the person to us. Just simply copy that, post that to, I just copied it, post that in an email and send it out to some of your agent friends and say, hey, I just signed up for City Blast. It's awesome. You should sign up too. You can share out all those referral tools. Every time one of your friends signs up for City Blast because of you, you'll get a free month of service. And if your friend, if you get 10 friends to sign up, your service is free for life. So what a lot of folks do is they start the free trial, they immediately send out an email to their office or to a bunch of their friends who are agents, and they earn a whole bunch of free months, and they never wind up paying for City Blast at all. They just pay for it until they get, or they just get free months until they get 10 free, and then it's free for life. And what that does that's nice is, like you're saying, it builds your local network out so that now you have lots of agents cooperatively working together. You're getting other people's listings. When you post listings, other people are getting them, and it works great. And like I said, there's no duplicate content, so it's not exactly like you're going to be stepping on each other's toes. Plus, even people who are very good friends only have a few friends in common. So if you've got 100 or 200 or 500 friends and you've got 5 or 10 or 20 friends in common with another person who's also using City Blast, I don't really think you're creating very much competition for yourself. You've still got 90% or 95% of your friends who are totally exclusive. They're still looking at you and going, wow, this person's really on the ball with all their posting. And now you've got some nice other people who are posting listings on your wall, making you look like even more of a top producer. And you've got your free months and free account.
Yeah, so this is, what's interesting about that is it actually is beneficial for you to go out and recruit other agents to use the platform. You need to come at it with a mindset of abundance, that if you all work together, more good things will happen. Because think of it just on the listing perspective. What's your job for the seller? It's to expose their property to the biggest market of potential buyers possible. If you've got a network of other agents using City Blast, you can do that in a different way than what you could if you're not using it and you don't have a lot of people using it. So not only can you get a free account forever, it will benefit you and your clients. And we had somebody ask on a recent workshop, well, what if my competitors are using this? Blah blah blah. Most likely, the overlap in common friends is going to be so minimal that it won't ever really affect your business. Okay, so if you're thinking that way, I would implore you to stop thinking that way, because you're thinking of a mindset of lack. Think of it from a mindset of abundance, and I just apply that to everything in your life, but specifically for this, just understand that it's better for more agents in your local market to be using the system for many reasons. I think we have time for about one more question before I have to jump off here. Still getting questions. Again, I can't say it enough. The cost is what it is. There's no funny business here. There's no trickery. The settings, how often it posts, you control that. I think it defaults still to 4. Is that right, Sean? It still defaults to posting 4 times a week?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. It's going to default to 4 posts. You can choose whatever you want. It's right here in your settings, and you can change it on the fly. Anything you update, it'll send an email to your social experts, and they will change the amount of posting they're doing. I've got all the types of content turned on. I've got mine set to 4 times a week. You can turn it right up to daily if you want. That could be overkill for some people. You can turn it down if you just want a little something filling in behind your personal posts, etc. So you just tailor it. Once you get a feel for what you like, set it and forget it. Leave it exactly how you have it set up.
Yep. I think that a lot of the questions are sort of repeat questions. So I think that is good. And in fact, I do have to wrap it up. So if you had a question that you didn't feel comfortable asking on live with us, feel free to email info@cityblast.com. Info@cityblast.com. I am going to put that in the chat as well. Also, their phone number is right up there. Sean's highlighting it for you. You feel free to call that number between 9 and 5 Eastern, and a real live human you'll actually get to talk to a real live human, which will be helpful for you.
People are going to answer the phone. They're going to talk to you. They're going to help you. If you have some questions about inbound marketing, they'll talk to you about that. If you're trying to get registered, they can help you. Again, if your city is not listed here, we have thousands of them listed. If your city is not listed there for whatever reason or you can't find it, not a problem. just continue your registration, pick something close to your own city, and then send us an email to info@cityblast.com or give us a call, and we'll go ahead and add your city and move you over to the proper city that you want to be in. And your experts for your area will start posting and sourcing local content for your market as well and posting it out to your account.
Very, very good. Everybody, go ahead and if you haven't already done so, and I know that many of you have already, but if you haven't, go to cityblast.com/special, start your free trial, start using it, and if you don't love it, you can cancel, but I know you're going to, so you're not going to. Cancel, that is. So, Sean, thanks for taking the time to share some really powerful and helpful information with everybody today. Everybody, go ahead and get started right now. Don't wait. Go ahead and get started right now. And we'll look forward to hearing your success story, and we'll look forward to those referral checks from you. Again, just kidding. Just kidding.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just in wrapping up, guys, inbound marketing is absolutely critical to your business. Make sure you're doing it. Even if you don't use City Blast, you need to be doing inbound marketing on your Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. I can guarantee you the leads are there. You're going to see a massive difference if you're not doing this already. You need to stay consistent. If you don't have an hour a day, City Blast is the solution for you as well. So make sure you get out there. Make sure you take action. This is a total game changer for you if you're not doing this already. And I hope you get after it, and I wish you the best of luck in your business.
Thanks, Sean, and thanks, everybody.